The story opens aboard Galactic Survey Station ZX-447, immediately establishing tension through contrast. Alien personnel from multiple coalition species prepare for atmospheric exposure to Kepler-442b with extreme caution. Commander Thor of the Vexalian Empire embodies this anxiety, obsessively checking hazmat seals and oxygen regulators. The aliens treat the planet as lethally hostile, emphasizing their vulnerability and unfamiliarity with conditions humans consider normal. This opening establishes the central narrative device, humans as the outliers in a galaxy that defines survivable far more narrowly. Mabel Chin, a human xenobiologist, and Wallace Martinez, a human engineer, are introduced as calm, almost bored observers. Their casual behavior, drinking coffee, scrolling data, creates immediate tonal contrast. Scientific data is presented through Tilera, the avian science officer, reinforcing alien fear, sulfur toxicity, elevated oxygen levels, radiation, wind speed, and strict exposure limits. The aliens interpret these numbers as life-threatening, while the humans interpret them through lived Earth experience. Dialogue drives the contrast forward. Wallace's remark that 15 degrees Celsius is perfect weather, and Mabel's comparison to Seattle springtime reframes danger as comfort. Alien confusion intensifies when oxygen levels, normally dangerous for them, are described by humans as familiar. The aliens rely on models and simulations, humans rely on lived adaptation. This difference establishes the story's core theme: humanity's resilience comes not from superiority, but from long exposure to a harsh homeworld. Commander Thor attempts to assert authority by forbidding unprotected exposure, invoking responsibility and protocol. Mabel counters with scientific confidence and humor, offering to sign a waiver. This moment is important because it shows humans respecting alien authority while still rejecting alien assumptions. The opening of the cargo bay door acts as a symbolic threshold between fear and reality. The first visual of Kepler-442b reinforces this theme. The planet is described as strange but not overtly deadly: rust-colored plains, crystalline formations, binary starlight, mineral scents. Alien alarms immediately activate, reinforcing their fragility. The humans' excitement contrasts sharply with alien retreat. This section ends at the brink of action, with anticipation focused on whether human confidence is reckless bravado or earned resilience, setting up the central payoff of the narrative. This section centers on the decisive action that transforms theory into proof. Mabel and Wallace move from verbal dismissal of danger to physical defiance of alien expectations. Their actions are casual, not confrontational, which deepens the impact. Wallace removes his heavy boots and replaces them with running shoes, while Mabel strips down to a t-shirt and cargo shorts. The aliens react with alarm bordering on panic, emphasizing how unthinkable this behavior is within their cultural framework. Commanders Thor and Tilera attempt last-minute intervention, citing pressure differentials, toxicity, and atmospheric instability. Wallace responds with grounded, Earth-specific logic, referencing Denver's altitude and familiar pressure variations. This reinforces the narrative's scientific plausibility: humans are not immune, they are simply adapted. Mabel steps onto the planet first, making physical contact with the alien world without hesitation. Her sensory experience, metallic air, sharp but clean taste, grounds the scene in realism rather than fantasy. The aliens remain inside the bay, protected by layers of technology, watching in horror as their instruments record the impossible. Human vitals remain stable. Oxygen saturation, heart rate, cellular integrity, all normal. This moment is critical: the story shifts from speculation to evidence. Alien fear transforms into disbelief. The gravity difference becomes another moment of human advantage, with Mabel casually commenting on its comfort. Dialogue continues to carry theme. Thor's whispered question, "What are you made of?" captures the alien mindset. Mabel's response reframes humanity not as exceptional material, but as shaped by experience. "Mostly water, we just had a tougher teacher." This line crystallizes the story's philosophy: Earth is humanity's training ground. Wallace reinforces this idea by listing Earth's extreme environments, deserts, winters, hurricanes, reframing Kepler 442b as mild by comparison. This establishes Earth as a crucible planet and humans as survivors rather than conquerors. Importantly, the humans show no aggression or dominance. Their tone remains friendly, inclusive, and amused, which makes alien fear more profound. This section concludes with a clear reversal of perspective. The aliens are no longer evaluating a dangerous planet, they are evaluating a dangerous species. The realization is not that humans are invincible, but that galactic definitions of hostile are deeply flawed when measured against Earth-hardened biology and psychology. The narrative expands from a single moment into a broader temporal scope. Over the following weeks, Mabel and Wallace's behavior becomes legendary among coalition species. This section transitions the story from incident to myth-making. While aliens continue exploration with full protective gear, strict schedules, and layered protocols, the humans treat Kepler 442b as recreational. They hike, collect samples bare-handed, and engage with the environment freely. This contrast reinforces the central theme through repetition rather than escalation. Humans do not become stronger, the aliens simply witness consistency. The football game on the planet's largest plain serves as a symbolic culmination of human normalization of the environment. What was once labeled hostile becomes a playground. This reframing destabilizes alien scientific assumptions about habitability, safety, and resilience. The story subtly critiques over-reliance on modeling and abstraction. Alien species rely heavily on predictive systems, alarms, and theoretical thresholds. Humans rely on embodied experience. The galaxy's misunderstanding lies not in lack of intelligence, but in lack of exposure. Earth's chaotic climate, unpredictable disasters, and extreme environments become retroactively framed as evolutionary advantages. This section also broadens the narrative stakes. The realization spreads beyond ZX-447. The galaxy itself must reevaluate its standards. Habitable is no longer a universal metric, it is species-dependent. Humans represent a wild-card variable in galactic exploration and colonization. This realization carries both awe and fear. Commander Thor's final report to the Coalition Science Council formalizes this shift. His recommendation, consult humans first when evaluating planets, signals institutional acknowledgement of humanity's unique resilience. This is not praise, it is caution. Humans redefine survivability, which makes them valuable but unsettling allies. The appendix image of Mabel and Wallace eating sandwiches atop a crystalline outcropping serves as a quiet emotional anchor. It humanizes the story and reinforces tone. There is no conquest, no domination, only comfort in environments others fear. This reinforces the idea that humanity's power lies in normalization, not aggression. This section completes the transformation of humans from participants to reference points. The galaxy does not understand humans, but it begins to respect them. The legend is not about strength, but about perspective. The final section consolidates the story's message into a broader thematic conclusion designed for audience impact. The aliens' inability to fully understand humanity becomes the point. Humans are not exceptional because of biology alone, but because Earth conditioned them to accept instability as normal. This reframes survival as cultural inheritance rather than physical superiority. The story avoids militarization or violence, distinguishing it from common, humans are dangerous, narratives. Instead, danger is passive. Humans do not threaten, they endure. This makes them unsettling because endurance cannot be negotiated with or easily countered. The galaxy's fear stems from unpredictability, not hostility. For YouTube storytelling, this section reinforces emotional resonance. The calm, almost mundane behavior of humans contrasts with alien panic, creating a satisfying reversal. Viewers are invited to feel pride without arrogance. Humanity's strength is humility shaped by hardship. The narrative closes with irony. The aliens will never understand why humans call this a nice spring breeze, but they accept that misunderstanding itself defines humanity. The galaxy learns a lesson without a lecture. Earth's harshness becomes humanity's silent credential. This ending works well for YouTube because it delivers payoff without escalation. There is no final battle, only realization. The hook for viewers lies in the idea that what makes humans terrifying is not what they do, but what they survive casually. From a structural standpoint, the story is ideal for episodic narration. Clear setup, proof, expansion, and conclusion. The tone balances humor, awe, and reflection. The takeaway is memorable and repeatable. Earth trained humans differently. This section completes the arc by returning to the original contrast, fear versus familiarity, and resolving it in favor of perspective. Humanity does not change. The galaxy does.